Continue nyomok.
Bátor.
Én nem tudom, hogy voltam ezen az első, úgymond, hubon, az első űrkikötőbe. Mentem el a kezdőbolygóról.
Ja.
Amit egy épp, hogy elmentem az első kezdőbolygóról, és elkezdtem felvenni itt a dolgokat. Igazándiból. Parvati meg akar ismerni a helyi engineert. Az előző hajótulaj. Szóval van egy kis küldünk. És Vikárnak a volt papnak van egy kis küldje. Először csak körbejárkálgatok egy kicsit, aztán... In order to revive your fellow colonists stranded in hibernation, Dr. Wallace needs you to travel to Stellar Bay on the terraform moon of Monarch. Monarch is interdicted by the Ancient Holdings Corporate Board, so you will have to procure an F-key through unofficial channels. It what? Receive the holographic shroud, speak to Gladys on the Groundbreaker, purchase an F-key to Stellar Bay from Gladys. Erre most nem lesz pénzünk. Gladys is willing to sell you an F-key to Stellar Bay for 10,000 bits. Gladys offered you a job investigating a distress signal on Terra 2. Gladys mentioned that Junlei Tennyson, the Groundbreaker's captain, is always willing to put available captains to work. You can also check the bounty board in the docking bay for work. Okay. Extra, tulajdonképpen szájköztelnünk kell, hogy legyen pénzünk. Meg már mennünk el így is úgyis a engineerhez. Where the science of the Groundbreaker. The logs on Houghton's terminal mentioned rumors from the Groundbreaker of a scientist who bragged about a powerful weapon he was researching. Perhaps more details can be found on the station. Another of Houghton's logs mentioned looking in Gladys' shop for old records. Apparently the smuggler acquired several leads that way. Acquired Phineas' science weapon. The logs on Houghton's terminal indicated that Phineas has a powerful weapon at his orbital lab. Review the Hephaestus mining archive on Houghton's terminal. Data cartridge acquired from Gladys on Groundbreaker may have clues to another science weapons location. Use the captain's terminal on the unreliable to review the data archive. Vissza kell mennem, jó van. The signal has now coordinates embedded in it. Play it on your ship so that Ada can get to the Roseway landing pad. Okay. Corporal Wheeler Groundbreaker Customs asks you to update Dr. Dorset in sick bay with the status of her shipment.
I'm just in port long enough to get another haul contract.
Használtam a gépedet? Király vagyok. Nem baj, elolvasom az üzéreidet, ugye? Anon Ubi Squealers came asking after you, wanted to know what you like to drink, who you talk to, what your temperament's like, tried to pay me off. I took the bits and told her a pack of lies. Watch your back when you get in, don't want to find you in the waste disposal chute. Been a while since I heard from you. You're on that long call out to Dashkova right now. Hope it goes well. I got a space for you and yours to meet when you get back. It's just a storage room, but it's quiet and safer than the bar. Should be able to accommodate most of your folks. No fees or nothing, just let me buy you a beer. We have reviewed your proposal for the 10th time and still do not agree that galactic mushroom is an acceptable flavor for a Rizzo beverage. Even if we were to pursue the idea, the samples you sent us were dangerously hallucinogenic. The unopened package alone caused mayhem in our receiving bay. Please don't reach out to us again. Okay. Um, my big funny friend. Note: paid view is restricted to diamond level guests, but feel free to peruse our catalog. Entertainment cartridges are available for rent at the main desk. There are current 0 cartridges in stock. Nenner Spank 7 Primal Affections. Okay. Can a young corporate executive collar this creature, or will she awaken the beast within? Rated PACNS for passion, anthropoid, and consensual Nenner spanking. A lab-grown giant Canid goes on an adorable rampage, leading a family of scientists on a wild chase across Emerald Vale. Spending the holiday away from home proves to be a chore, but the family soon realizes that true friends are the monsters you meet along the way. Rated FSR 1 for fun times, simulated rampage, and body count 11. Okay. Pay-to-view serials. Synopsis: in this time-honored culinary classic, Chef Edna gives valuable life lessons while she cooks from the Book of Approved Cakes. Learn to maintain a structured kitchen, obey your head chef, achieve a good sponge, and obey your sous chef. Edna is the boss in her kitchen, now she can be the boss of yours. Space Hospital. If the walls of Orbital Hospital could talk, they'd shriek with terror. These doctors have seen it all. Zero-G cyst lancing, extraterrestrial teratoma. Next, on a very special episode, in order to trap a chem thief, Dr. Margrave must become a serial arsonist. Don't forget to see Space Hospital Nights, Steamy Suspense. Az utolsó fizetős sorozat. Broderick's Broad. An ordinary colony family daydreams of the extraordinary while Lucia works in the factory canning processed borscht. Her ham-handed husband cooks up schemes to land her a big promotion. Will that lovable fool ever learn to be satisfied with what he has? Broderick's Broad is a testament to the less is success family lifestyle. És ezzel végeztük ezt a terminát.
I picked up some weird chatter on my way in. It seemed to come from Monarch?
Kellemetlen. Lehet menni? Nem hiszem.
Got my sights on you.
Gracious. I was just sitting down for tea. What do you want, then? My hard-earned wisdom? Ask the common folk, and they'll tell you it's on account of all the monsters on Monarch desperate to gobble you up. Because that's what the board tells them, you see. I think they made some fool mistake that would make them look bad to the rest of the colony, and they're trying to hide the evidence. Those board folk are real prideful-like. Never want you looking behind the curtain, lest you see their derrieres. But old Gladys knows the score. The whole colony's not much more than a diorama, showcasing one board screw-up after another. That's why we gotta keep them from getting their grubby mitts on Groundbreaker. She's our mess. Probably. Every once in a while, we get these snippets of radio chatter. Edna shows them to me. Some man hooting and hollering about the light in us all. Claims he's transmitting from Monarch, but who knows if that's true. Might be true. Might be some new trick from the board. That's right, dearie. The only independent station in the colony. That's us. Though for how long, I can't say. That all depends on Miss Junlei. The board can't abide a community that won't bend to its will. They've always got one scheme or another running, looking for ways to bring us to heel. Like this heat business. Shameful. But it won't work. No, ma'am. Groundbreaker's free till the day she dies, law willing. Go right ahead, sweetheart. Groundbreaker's radiators. Been neither fine nor dandy for weeks now. Miss Junlei's supposed to be getting them fixed, but the board's determined to get in her way. The board can't abide a community that won't bend to its will. They've always got one scheme or another running, looking for ways to bring us to heel. Like this heat business. Shameful. But it won't work. No, ma'am. Groundbreaker's free till the day she dies, law willing.
Másik része meg ilyen, főleg itt a hajszint, meg a hajvonalat, az meg férfias.
Igen, hogy a haja az egy ilyen szőke, hátrafésült haj.
Igen, magas vonal, nagyon magas, és ez a, ugyanilyen vonalon van nekem is itt. Itt ez a rész kopaszodik.
Igen. Igen.
Egyenesen megy, meg le. Ez ilyen, nem tudom, de nekem ez férfiasnak tűnik.
Nem tudom forgatni a fejét így. Mindegy, hát jó, igen, meg legalább...
Aj, csak olyan tudom én.
Meg ez az a overall-szerű tudsz, ami rajta van, és se emeli ki éppen a nőies vonásokat.
Igen, nem fair egyébként becskapilázom ebbe, de ha egyszer...
Hát talán a hajválasztás nem szerencsés, de hát ez egy űrkolónia, hát onnan tudjuk, hogy mi a divatos.
Igen. Nekem a modern felfogásom a férfias, de ez nem helyes.
Oh, a little of this, a little of that. I buy and
Sell
sell items that require discretion to dispose of.
Sajátja.
Knickknacks.
Mihez van jogod, ha nem az, hogy úgy
I
van a
also
feladat,
need
ahogy
throw
akarod.
pillows stuffed with the hair of famous tossball players. But that's more of a passion project.
I'm not sure that's entirely legal.
That's half the reason I make them, my dear. But that's not what you wanted to talk about, is it, dear? Anytime, sweetheart. You know where to find me. Here, take a candy with you.
Watch where you're looking, buddy.
I don't have time for this.
Nincs idő. Az a földön van, az akkor is lopás. És mit fogom elvenni, ha kb. 4-et bízunk.
still getting acquainted? Can't go wrong if you stick to the promenade. Didn't quite catch that. You'll have to speak up. Glass ear? Sorry, there's a lot of static on my end. Huh. Now that I heard.
Oké. Ja, szerintem választanom kéne egy küldőt, hogy mire koncentrálok. Megyek először így John Tennysonhoz. Vonalsenk, ez ugye nem... Köszi.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. Remember Auntie Cleo? Because she remembers you. When you were sick, who took your temperature? When you were hungry, who gave you a needle full of love? Auntie Cleo, that's who. Have you given your auntie a hug today? This has been Halcyon News, your only source for news in the Halcyon colony.
I'm safe.
I get strange comms chatter every time I fly by Monarch. What's going on down there?
Space Sky.
You learn to keep your eyes to yourself when I drop. Nobody wants you looking close
alap
to their
Skyrim.
cargo.
Csak szebb, mint az alap Skyrim.
Don't look funny at the crew. Heard they toss folks out the airlock if they don't like your face.
Ma már igen. Senki.
Ahhoz, hogy játszos vele, ilyen 2000 módot fel lehet már tenni, kell is, és akkor egy ilyen játszható mód, de mit csinálsz belőle. De egy hétig tart, mire beállítod.
Már sem értem, akkor magyarnak ki egy remaster belőle.
Időként kedvem támad nekem, az akkor eltöltök vele egy hetet, egy 5 percet nem játszik utána, mert egy hétig is elfotolgatom el. Évente egyszer eszembe jut, hogy jó móka, és akkor is, hogy újra tanulgatom, megkötöttem el.
Én is.
Természetesen nem ismert tízek.
Nekem is mindkettő. Van ez a nagyon halvány.
Kezdjük ezzel. Ugyanazt kapjuk el.
Ez melyik?
Nem hófehér, szóval nem a vanília.
Grapefruit vagy kokonat talán?
Nézzük meg.
Melyik kis sárgás árnyalata van.
Mert? Kokonat.
Ja.
Nem. De, kokonat.
Na, az a fókusz.
Úgy jó, de... Na, neked is egy van ki. Wow, valahol majdnem jó. Megtad.
Hol? Már nem néztem.
5 jövök szembe, és eltönöd.
Hey, take your time.
Itt az ablak előtt el. Nem tudom mennyivel, de nem tűnt soknak.
Na, majdnem bejött beköszönni.
Másik? Na van. Menjen.
Balac.
Igen.
Ez a... Már felismerem.
Már felismered, mert már izé. Krokodjára veszed.
Nem adok.
Aztán volt. De olyan szép csoki, csak annyira használhatatlan. Na, több fehér kell, vagy több barna?
Melyiket kérek?
Nem, hogy ünnepelt.
Ünnepel.
Na, te csoki.
Ahol lehet törni. Nem szabályos egyenes vonalban, de lehet törni.
Nem tudom, mennyi van belőle is.
Na. Hát, mondjuk annyira nem fontos.
Még ebből is.
Majd megtöljön, na, de megvárja. Jók is amúgy. Én meg kisebb adagokat vettem, kis téli Mikulás témájúakat. Még egy pici van. Vagy nem, már nincs, pont most végeztem vele.
It's always fucking freezing in the bays.
This place has a smell, right? It's not just me? Like mold and old socks.
Nem, ez az az ebéd.
Don't look funny at the crew. Heard they
Majd-
toss folks out the airlock if they don't like your
Most
face.
ez 11 óra, folyamatom van 1 óra fele. Nem nyomtam bele. Már mindegy.
One more hour before the dock
Picit
messes.
még lejjebb nyomtam, de nem volt még teljesen benne.
Down, you think? Assholes in their big interstellar freighters. One nearly rammed me on the way in.
Miért bántanád az ujjacskámat?
Mert csütésre használod, és ez nem illendő dolog.
Nem illendő dolog? Főleg az, aki bort iszik.
Aztán ma alkoholt itták, úgyhogy úgy viselkedj.
Most már vigyázni kell, hogy sok alkoholt fog inni minden egyes nap.
Ez ide egyes nap, nem mondom, hogy minden egyes nap, annyi nem kell.
Likőrt még nem vettünk sok likőröket, majd.
Már nem akartunk túl korán menni.
Most már minden nap már vehetnénk. Eszembe jutott, hogy Lidiből vehettünk valami most hétvégén. Vagy most hétvégén nap. Ja, hétvégén eszembe nem mentünk el a izéhez. A boltba megnézni a beigliket. Holnap akkor megyünk.
Jó, holnap oda megyünk.
9-10-kor mit tudod.
Igen.
A reggeli vásárlás után van.
Hát a reggeli után, meg reggeli.
Vagy később kezdjük a reggel, de akkor már hajnal egyig ébredhetünk.
Nincs leszek addig ébren.
Na itt kell állunk, ja, megyünk délután, veszünk egy itt rózunk valami.
Itt rózzunk. Persze nem akar. Vasárnap van, a Coop már nem lesz nyitva. Kisboltba kell majd menni.
Ott lesz, hogy a privát. A jó.
Az is korán zár azért.
Sötét, oda megyünk, oda bandokul.
Jó. Akkor este megyünk, akkor délután 3-kor?
Jó, hát nem sokáig vannak még.
Sem biztos mondani.
Sorry about the heat. Chief Tennyson will get the radiators fixed soon. Of course, this heat sure makes a zero-G brew extra refreshing. It's an ale that's good for what ails you. Oh, and it's not the best choice, it's Spacer's choice. Taste the freedom. A lot of slogans to keep track of. Sometimes I forget.
Szegény nem túl enthusiastic.
Heard of it? My orientation Aether Wave showed that famous Saltuna cannery, which I'm sure smells as good as it looks.
Yeah. I hope they're gonna be okay.
That's a Spacer's Choice beer. Take what you have, polish it up, and make the best of it. So, what can I get you? Some soap? Everyone loves soap. Everyone will love you for using it, too. I'm bound to satisfy headgear-related inquiries. Please send any complaints to our Consumer Care Headwear Division. Oh, I'm having a stellar day. And not just because I'm legally obligated to say so. Almost as stellar as Spacer's Choice is affordable.
I have a stellar day. Te ugrottabban nem lehetett már mondani.
You would never ask if you knew what it's like in here. I mean, why, anyone can be a Spacer's Choice Consumer Relations Choice Specialist. Just keep your nose clean and aim for the moon. I can see all of the top quality merchandise in the Spacer's Choice catalog, which is available here at a reasonable price. Spacer's Choice regrets that we don't sell toothpaste at this time, but we're always working on delivering exciting new products to our customers. Spread wash, mouthwash, and Mantafloss are among the exciting line of dental goods currently in development. Have a look.
Mondtok. Mennyi van? Alig valami, aha. Így is egy ilyen szak gömböt. Megveszem. Jó van. Lehet, hogy veszek
Még
egy.
látom,
I know she's in there, Mfuru.
És ez a full complete verzió, tehát minden DLC benne van már.
Igen, azt adták.
Air appears just recycled.
Mechanicals all over, but they still got us sweating to move boxes.
Tudod játszani.
Nagy rész azzal fog elmúlni, csak így járkálgatok és ismerkedek az emberekkel. És jönni kell tudni.
You can't get me out of there.
Please don't make a scene, Dr. Fenhill.
I am not making a scene.
I'm sorry. Am I causing a scene? See, Mfuru? We could have avoided all this unpleasantness if you just let me talk to Jessie in the first place. Let me get one thing straight. Jessie and I are not friends. I just owe her, okay? As for the rest, I'm trying to figure that out. All I know is that she's been here too long, and she's apparently not receiving visitors. You say that like it's weird. Like I said, Jessie did me a favor, and now I owe her one. I just don't like to leave a debt unpaid, that's all. Be my guest. If you know something I don't about dealing with hospital bureaucracy, I'll be impressed.
Jessie, érjem el, hogy beszélsz, hogy Jessie-vel.
What seems to be the problem? If only my other patients had so many inquiring after them. I'll tell you what I've told the others. The records say Miss Doyle checked herself in and requested I admit no visitors. The requests of our patients are paramount, so no, you may not see her. She's not my patient. I'm certain no one on my staff would falsify patient records, if that's what you're implying. Not without dispensation from Chief Junlei, I fear. Supplies are hard to come by out here. We don't have the ability to manufacture our own medical supplies here on Groundbreaker. Regrettably, we are dependent on the board for such mundane items as bandages and antibiotics, as well as more critical resources like adequately trained staff. We'd nearly signed a supply agreement with Anti-Cleos, but they demanded we only use their branded drugs, and that's simply not tenable. Take care.
If you want something, you'll need to ask the doctors. I just work here.
Nem állított meg annyira azért.
Can't say I've seen you before. I take it you're a freighter captain? If you're here to better yourself, you'll have to wait. We're having a spot of trouble with our delivery service. He must be referring to Irion. I'm sure the fool's gotten himself into another scrape. I'm beginning to wonder if I'm ever gonna get my service mechanicals at this rate. Our delivery man. A brave idiot with a penchant for getting himself delayed. Sometimes by dates, usually by bandits. Surgery mostly. Medical personnel are difficult to come by on Groundbreaker.
Mechanikusok csinálják a műtétet most itt a Groundbreaker-ömmel. Most nincsen képzett emberük. Nagyjából egy autószerelő műti az embereket.
Hát na, boldogom vele?
I'd be grateful if you'd spare the time. We need his delivery soon as yesterday. Last he told me, he was taking a shortcut by Scylla, an asteroid in the Charybdis cluster. That's where I'd start, were I the adventuring type. You look out, though. The place is probably crawling with outlaws.
Majd el kell menni innen, igen. Groundbreakerről. Utazni.
I hope those automechs get here soon. Medbay to Kuno. Raiders got to keep the ship's sawbone.
Gonna head to Varus for whiskey and darts. Maybe not in that order.
Just passing through, minding my own business.
Wish they'd let us off station. Air up here's just recycled spacer farts.
I was wondering what they do with their waste. I guess they just chuck it down here. Where's it all go?
Nézzük meg! Kérem felett egy jó kis szeméttelep túrát.
How about I stay up top? You know, keep watch, okay?
Gyere csak! Úgy, hogy helyes, nem maradsz ki. Én szagolom, te is szagolod. Crumpled instructions. Frankie got a lead on some local salvage. One of Groundbreaker's old hangars was bricked over until someone found it by pecking around the stevedore's quarters. Lilia gave us the go-ahead to plant her flag once we clear out the new arrivals. I'm sending you to scout. Look for a loose panel. You got to climb on top of their bunks and head toward the back wall. Lilia says we should watch our backs. She thinks we're being tailed. In other words, typical Lilia. Oj.
Kell egy gyors mentés?
Nem, csak azért csak elmentem. Holografik se... És átszállt. Elvileg automatikusan használják, abban nem vagy biztos, hogy ehhez a restricted areához kell megfelelője, vagy sem. Holographic disguise activity. Trespassers will be shot on sight and fined. Your holographic shroud has activated, giving you temporary access to this restricted area. Moving drains the shroud's energy. When it runs out, personnel will see and interrogate you. Talk your way out of interrogation. To reset your shroud. It will get harder to talk your way out the more you are interrogated.
Mi van?
Mi van?
Egy kocsi. Ott van még egyszer ugyanaz a kocsi. És 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 még egyszer az a kocsi. Csak más szépen. Mi az Isten? Déjà vu. Még nem is tudom, minek mondják. Ez giga déjà vu. Olyan? Ugyanaz.
Mindegy.
Mindegy.
You ever wonder if maybe folks keep doors closed for a reason?
Nem volt leszögelve, úgyhogy szerintem az enyém volt. Én nem voltam itt. Ugye visszamegyek, csak lemerült. Szia! Hullaház. Mord.
Move along. You're keeping your uniform clean.
Köszi. Oké. Nem voltam itt. Hol van? Hol van az a Jesse? Én... Hol? Miről beszélsz? Azt sem tudom, mire utalsz.
Good luck getting to Jesse, and better luck if you do. She's a real piece of work.
Something I can help you with? Take care.
Hol van? Nem a hely, ahol tudtam bemenni. Csak szép mindent. senki.
For the last Ratdodon Rut in time, leave me in peace! You hull-headed quacks do know that restful recuperation requires not being disturbed, don't you? What? Why? Everything's fine. We're all fine here. No need for her to be worrying her pretty little head about me. I'm just terrible, dreadful sick is all. Got a cough that won't quit and sores all over my body. Highly, lethally contagious. But I'll be fine, so long as I'm left alone. Criminy. She really ain't gonna drop this, is she? Alright, okay. We can discuss this like the level-headed folk that we are. Seems I've got to do something before Ellie goes jabbering my business to anyone with one ear and an intent to listen.
The truth is, I'm not sick. But if you repeat what I'm about to tell you to anyone, I will deny it with my dying breath. You, ain't with the board, are you? See, I owe them a lot. I might have missed a payment or two, and the other night I swear someone was following me back to my room. So I hold up here to lay low. What? No, I didn't do anything. I'm a law-abiding denizen of this ship, I swear. Think? No. I recognize a contracted killer when I see one, thank you. In my line of work, that's a skill you develop during week 1, assuming you want to keep breathing. Alright, I'll fess this part up too, if it means you'll help me. I'm a thief. I specialize in particularly high-end and historically valuable items. 3 weeks back, I caught rumor that the blood-tier diamond, last worn by an heiress on the Lost Hope, had surfaced for the first time in 70 years. Udom was my buyer for when I'd acquired the diamond. He paid half up front to finance the operation. Let's just say things went sideways about the time I got my hands on the diamond, and it crumbled to stardust in my palm. Anywho, I barely made it out with my life, and nary a plan to make back Udom's deposit I'd spent. Udom Bedford's the board guy on the station. He'd know how I stand with them. If you can square things for me, I'd owe you one even bigger than Ellie owes me. Thanks for helping me with the board. You're a real pal. Or I guess I should say, Ellie is one, huh?
Sure.
Any word on Jesse? Good luck. The board's got an office on the promenade just before engineering. You can't miss it. I'd go with you to see the board's rep, but I'm not great with soft skills.
Okay. Menni kell Udonhoz.
Just passing through. Minding my own business.
You know that sound when you've snapped on an injector clip? Ah, that's how you know your weapon loves you back. I got a full line of weapon modifications I'd be happy to show you. Why, it gets you the weapon best suited for your lifestyle.
All the better for performing a little percussive maintenance.
Take your basic Deadeye assault rifle. Perfectly serviceable. But what if you like finesse? Slap a scope and silencer on that bad boy. Bunker down in a bush someplace and pop off heads. What if you like getting in close and making a lot of noise? Extended ammo magazine and a barrel heatsink to bump up rate of fire. Only takes a bit of elbow grease and a spot of engineering know-how. Most ships have a workbench near the cargo hold. Ours is in engineering. You could take your new toys over there if you feel like tinkering. A what? Sorry, hon. Here at Bell's Shells, we just don't discuss impolite topics, and WARRANTIES tops the list. Right here for a start. I got a fair selection. Modified weapons are my specialty. No and yes. When you install something, it pops in there real nice, but if you want to replace it, the originals tend to snap like plastic toys. So, what can I get you?
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. Do you
I've done work for Sublight. Need to pay the bill somehow.
From the dangers of alien wildlife and the unemployed?
It's always fucking freezing in the base.
About applying for military training.
I hear scary things about Monarch.
Protecting our wonderful brands and products.
I can see.
Military service does.
Seeking relief from the heat? Till June Lay gets those radiators fixed, I've got the next best thing. Only the usual. Marauders all over space. You ever wonder how folk who can't figure the bleeding edge technology of a spoon can manage to get ships into space?
Neki lehet a hangja. Felismerhetők a vonások, csak...
Na, lehet. Nem. Az a... Nem. A... game szinkronosoknak a pulja kicsi lehet, hogyha ilyen gyakran hallani ugyanazt a hangot. Hát már nyilván csak mindenki felveszi egy-egy munkára.
The radiators, they're fucked 10 ways to Sunday. And we're all sweating buckets wondering when the powers that be are gonna get around to fixing it. Couldn't say, and I wouldn't be pouring drinks professionally if I could. All I know is we're cooking in our own juices here, and it's only gonna get worse. They're supposed to gather up all the heat the systems generate and vent it into space. Instead of the heat going where it ought, though, it seems to be blowing straight down the promenade. Weeks? I lost track. Too law-damn long. Engineering. Chief Junlei Tennyson, to be precise. She runs this heap. Best she can, anyway. Don't know what's got her dragging her heels, but I wish she'd hurry it up. That's not for me to say. But if you're feeling the urge toward helpfulness, you can find Chief Junlei in engineering. There's nobody who knows more about the station's guts. Any system you could name, June's crawled around inside and made it better. She doesn't come around here often, though. Don't see her as much of a drinker. Too straight-laced for that. What ain't I got?
What ain't I got?
Even the air costs money here. You're spending.
Quello qui c'è l'esarmo. Oh, tocar. Muito dolfas.
Colonials are always itching for a fight.
Utopia.
This is Halcyon News.
Nem fogsz rizsát kapni. Nem fogsz rizsát kapni.
Nem kapok rizsát.
Nem kapsz rizsát.
Elveszed a rizsát.
Te fogod levenni a kuktát, és még abból se kapsz, ami benne készül.
Beleteszek a kuktába.
Beleteszel a kuktába? Szóval ráthívom a rendőrséget már előre akkor. Lábba ilyeneket? Szóval. From J. Tennyson, subject. Anyone seen Private Taylor? Haven't seen him in days, and where are we on that toilet clog? If Chief Guying taught me anything, is that a crew's morale is proportional to the quality of their outhouse. You take away a crew's plumbing, you take away their privacy and dignity. So let's get that toilet fixed. Igen, ha az ember nem tud rendesen szarni se, az el fogja venni a kedvét. Nagyon gyorsan. Meg lehet érteni. Ja. Ez egészből kilép így. Wildcat Group. Subject Groundbreaker Meetup. From Buchanan Kitty to Wildcat Group. Subject Groundbreaker Meetup. Even though it's been nigh on 20 years since our last meetup on Groundbreaker, I was hoping we could get the old gang back together. I understand that things have changed. Some of us are long-range haulers, some of us have gone corporate, some of us are likely dead, and some of us are on a Tartarus and not reading this message. But I haven't lost hope. No one responded to my last invite. I hope that means your schedules are full up with family gatherings and job opportunities. Stay free, freelancers. Conveyors Collective. Subject Conveyors Rights. From Iceman to East Conveyors Collective. Subject Conveyors Rights. Hi all. So I just got off ice from a round trip on to Dashkova. 2 years out, 2 years back. Imagine my surprise when we default and Groundbreaker Comms told us our docking was gonna be delayed. 1 hour turned into 5, then days went by. In the end, we spent an entire goddamn week waiting for a berth on this low-fucked board bucket. And because we were kicking our heels all that time, not a one of us got paid. I don't know about you, but I got expenses, a family I don't see often enough, that you wouldn't fucking believe, and even if I'm not working, I still gotta make my payments. Does that seem proper to you? Don't we conveyors have rights? We should do something about this. If you agree, leave a message here and I'll respond when I get back from Gensan in 3 years. Iceman out. Ship impounded. There's a general notice about our impound policies. If the board impounded your ship, take it up with the board. Their embassy is the Goody building opposite Sublight's warehouse. Send them your questions, outstanding fees, and hit me up. Especially hit me up. If Groundbreaker impounded you, pay your damn fees and don't bother my people. Looking for work. Urgently looking for a new crew to sign on with. I've been stuck in Halcyon for almost a year now. Don't know what's holding up my next posting. Never had to wait this long to get on another freighter. I plan to take one of the rare long hauls back to Earth, but I haven't been able to find any, and even the shorter skips to the inner world seem rarer than the outer world's routes these days. If anyone has any information about upcoming work, please post it here. Down on my luck. Hey, so here's my story. My ship limped into Groundbreaker in a rough state. We couldn't make the repair fees, the docking fees refueling, or the fees for not being able to pay our fees, so I'm kind of stuck here now. Then they took my ship and sold it off as scrap. Now my credit is shot to hell and corporate freighters won't hire me on. I'm hoping someone with a bunk to spare and places to go is feeling charitable. Thanks for listening. This notice has been posted 56 times in 632 days. Regarding the food situation, to those of you who have raised concerns about the quality of Groundbreaker's victuals, yes, I'm aware the promenade stinks. Allow me to put the matter to rest. Our ancestors didn't rise from humble beginnings to a diet of Spratwurst and Borst, but that's the reality of life up here. If you can salt it, can it, or zip it up in a pouch, then we are not picky about calling it food. Spacers make do with what they have, and what we have is smelly meat, lots of salt, and 11 kinds of mustard, last time I counted. Try and enjoy it. JT. You made your space's choice when you signed the employment contract. I keep telling you the head doesn't fit right. There's something wrong with it. How many people have worn this thing before me? Is this my life now? Because if it is, I'll take it. I'll be your moon man, but there won't be anything left of me to care. Okay. Hope you're doing well, man. Thought I'd check in. Engineers visit the shop a bunch. I remember when I used to turn a wrench back home on Terra too. Lilia Hagen over in Sublight told me that I could always pursue a career in salvage if this thing doesn't work out. Please give Dad and the others a hug from me. I know it's bad, as the one whose office is closest to our radiators, you can imagine why I want to take free showers every day. I hear you. We've got eyes on the problem, and hands, and tools. It's a mechanical problem with a mechanical solution. In the meantime, enjoy some additional water rations and take breaks, you deserve them. If you're thirsting for cooler aid, talk to your closest engineer about spots with favorable circulation. Seeking contractor, Sublight Salvage. Speak with Lilia Hagen. Seeking ethnically flexible spacer with Stellar Bay landing clearance. Payment in exchange for return of legal salvage. Details given upon acceptance of contract. Active warrants, prior convictions, no questions asked. Our background checks filter out criminal red flags. Plausible deniability is the Sublight way. See Lilia Hagen for details. Warehouse next to the Spratwurst joint, second floor. Loitering on board property is strictly prohibited. The Halcyon Holdings corporate office and its environs are for conducting official board business only. Anyone found misusing board property will be fined accordingly. Board property includes but is not limited to Halcyon Holdings office here on Groundbreaker, the space directly in front of my desk, the space directly behind my desk, my doorway, my berth, and most importantly, my stairs. Thank you for your cooperation. Udon Bedford, certified liaison. P.S. Please note that the next spacer caught drinking on the stairs outside the embassy may find themselves on the root side of an airlock. P.P.S. This is the third time I've had to post this message, and I'm sick and tired of it. I will not hesitate to open a board-sanctioned investigation into your behavior, and when you are caught, punish you accordingly. Felix Milestone. Igen, csak ezt tudtam megnézni. Igen. Public Notices, ezt is megnéztem. Akkor ennyi. Valaki játszott egyet.
Oh, neat! They got stuff in here I ain't seen in ages.
Got any leads on salvage? Doesn't even have to be broke yet. We'll take anything. Salvage is a family business. We've got each other's backs.
Subject, don't run. We lost another contractor to a UDL gunship. This is your daily reminder that legitimate business don't run from the authorities, and that is what we are. Stay calm. Present your papers. If you get tangled up in the courts, I will personally bail you out. Anyone seen Houghton lately? I could use some reliable help. Fallbrook shipments. Unlike most of your spreads, Catherine is bringing Sublight a consistent income. From today until I say so, you are to treat her as an extension of my desk. Speaking of which, Tobias, order an extension for my desk. LH. Fallbrook shipment. Purpleberry liquor, lots. Spectrum vodka, even more than that. Erotica generic. The locals aren't picky. Erotica exotic. Except for the ones who are. Space Cakes of Surprise. I don't know what this is, but it was on last month's order list, so either track some down or do your best in the kitchen. Black Hole Holcomb signed Tossball poster. P.S. Tobias. Where are we with that desk extension? From Al Higgins. Subject, this week in salvage. My scanner says the Mardets impounded a freelancer ship after the captain misbehaved. The crew dropped so many bits at Vera's place that they can't afford to leave the impound. Whoever gets my salvage rights gets to sit quietly in my office and watch a professional work. One of ours had an alteration with one of theirs, lost another contractor, scrapped the ship, dedicated a tenth of the salvage to funeral expenses. I take care of my people. A little spread told me that a crate of spoiled sissy pork ended up at the bottom of a Monarch Canyon. Let's see how much we can sell. Speaking of which, no one eat at Auntie Cleo's stall until I say so. Something in the kitchen's gone bad. The next time one of us finds an abandoned ship and decommissions it, they had better dispatch a ground team to the debris fields before the marauders have their turn. Just because we're salvagers doesn't mean we have to be scavengers. Mindenbe, bele. Kukurácsolok.
Welcome to Sublight Salvage and Shipping, a legitimate business for legitimate consumers. You the one flying the Unreliable? Miss Lily has been expecting you. I'll unlock the door. Sure am. A few years back, they got me started on simple acquisitions. You know those latches they put on cargo bays ain't worth a damn? These days, I stick to HQ and look after Miss Lilia.
So you're the new captain in town. I was hoping you'd make your way to my office. Saves me the work of hunting you down. Lilia Hagen, CEO and Executive Director of Aggressive Operations. I'm guessing you already know about Sublight, otherwise you wouldn't have come. At least one system on Groundbreaker still works. It's nice to see the Unreliable again. Useful ship. Hawthorne was my contractor. I'd recognize that leaky boat of his anywhere. Is Ada still at the helm? I don't know how many times I told Hawthorne to restore that smartass to factory settings. I have a salvage job for someone light on corporate ties with a reliable set of wings. But there's a catch.
Just like in the serials.
If you have a nav key to Stellar Bay, the job's yours. Interested? I like that initiative, but ease back on the throttle. Gladys at the Rest and Go might have what you need. If there's anything else, be quick about it. Time is bits. These days, the scrap business all but runs itself. Gives me the time to expand our interests into other sectors, where I can let my hair down. Our field is persuasive acquisitions. At least that's how my legal advisors tell me to phrase it. Not all of our salvage is abandoned when we find it. Sometimes it takes a polite conversation and a shot across the bow. You know, legal formalities.
Legal formalities, awesome.
Thank you. I work hard to keep it that way. Very. I have this thing about numbers in spreadsheets. Grids in general. I like to think of myself as the last honest businesswoman in Halcyon, but I'll settle for being the most organized one. Hey, careful with the C word around here. I like to keep things above board, and that kind of talk only makes trouble. Sublight occupies a legal blind spot. No one knows what we're licensed to do, and that gives our little business some freedom. But let's not tempt fate. Ask. I have nothing to hide. Be seeing you. Make sure you aren't followed on your way out.
Sublight, legitimate business contractors. If the authorities are on your heels, our legal team has pre-approved you to recite this passage from our colonial trading rights. Pursuant to regulations following internally persevered wars, such a business entity would therefore be entitled to gather, maintain, and ultimately dispose of decommissioned agricultural hardware and accessories for profit or convenience. The short version, if we handle potted meat, we can legally salvage tractors and tractor parts. That's why I keep a can of worst in a Sublight-owned safe deposit box of World, and why the goods you bring in are catalogued as farm equipment. Everything we do is perfectly legal. Now go bring home some bacon. Okay. Bejöhetek? Köszi. Oh, wow. Jó kis ekélyed van. Tetszik, tetszik.
Welcome back to Sublight, where we make salvage dreams come true. That's a good question. Yes? Yes, that sounds right. I'll make sure to include that in the new employee salvage tutorial.
Something you need?
If you're hungry, you've come to the right place. I've got a fresh ground batch of Spratwurst cooking. They're terra-fried to lock in the juices. How about a grinder's dozen? You know what sprats are? Space rats. The laboratories of Spacer's Choice found a use for this limitless frontier resource. Sprat meat is plenty tasty when properly prepared. We grind them up in sausages, then terra-fry them in their own juices. Absolutely not. Spratwurst and all related terms are registered trademarks of Spacer's Choice. Boar, the other meat, is a registered trademark of C&P. Everyone knows our company and theirs are nothing alike. Terra-frying is a Spacer's Choice brand secret, a mix of 13 herbs and spices, plus a dash of modern chemistry. Legally? No. The terra-frying method was developed and marketed by Spacer's Choice. Between you, me, and this grinder, I've been through lean times. If there's one thing you learn on tramp freighters, it's how to make near anything edible. Might be that this old space hand put a few words in the right ears, and could be that Spacer's Choice liked sticking it to C&P by R&D'ing our own special meat. Just as well, near about time for me to go check on the trap. I mean, to unload another crate of farm fresh sprats.
Tulajdonképpen az állomásnak a patkányait sütik meg, és azt eszik.
Long as you don't mind me grinding Spratwurst while we talk.
Little things don't make themselves chewy. At least not yet. I'm sure modern science will find a way. Just as well. Near about time for me to go check on the trap. I mean, to unload another crate of farm-fresh sprats. Fresh from the grinder, any hour.
Dehydrated water tablet. Water without the hydrogen or oxygen. Sugary drink. Oké. Mi az a leírás, mert nem tudom, hogy ital akarna lenni. Dehidratált víz tabletta. Ennyi az idő. 58.
You look like someone who's taken their share of cuts and bruises. Need some armor? Maybe it's a bit secondhand, but that's only a testament to its durability. We also have a line of specialized melee weapons, for those times you have to repel boarders but don't want to risk a bullet through the hull. Not me, but it's in my blood. After the crossing, my family worked Eridanos, indentured to the corporations. Not from around here, are ya? After leaving Earth, they worked a local gas giant from a floating refinery. Dangerous work. I was born into corporate labor, but I'm the first one of my family to buy my way out. That's why I settled on Groundbreaker. It's the last bastion of freedom. Everything I sell is fresh from the forge. Technically, the metal formed billions of years ago, but it's freshly in this shape.
Mondjuk ezt kifejtetted. Magamtól nem jöttem volna rá, hogy nagyon működik.
One more hour before the dockmaster bills me. How many beers can I down, do you think?
Hearty greeting, potential customer. Welcome to Auntie's Kitchen, a home-style consumable protein dispensary. May this unit dispense proteins for your ingestion. This unit is programmed to simulate shock at such assertions. Shock simulation non-functional. A trouble ticket has been filed. Shock simulation restored. Initiating shocked subroutine. How dare you? Shocked subroutine complete. Estimated guilt level of customer increased by 35%. Resuming protein dispensation protocol. May this unit dispense proteins for your ingestion. Beginning dispensing sequence. Please unblock all relevant facial protein ingestion tubes.
Have you seen this man? Reward offered for information leading to the capture of noted terrorist Phineas Wells. Report any sightings to your local board embassy.
Go back to Byzantium, you gold-plated bastards.
Yeah, no one wants you on Groundbreaker.
CNP near maple syrup. It's near this complete wreck. CNP, I can't believe it's not forced. It's unbelievable how good it is. Rizzo Spectrum Vodka. Activate the rainbow.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. Tossball finals are scheduled to air soon, but a scandal has rocked the league and thrown this pivotal game into question. Both teams have tested negative for performance-enhancing stims. A tossball first. Coaches and referees are debating how and if this behavior could lead to an unfair advantage. Story brought to you by Halcyon News. All the news that's fit to broadcast.
Erről volt egy kis nót, hogy ide be lehet jönni.
Somebody was trying to fix this up, but looks like they ain't been here in a long while. Poor little sweetie.
Here we go.
Here they come!
Biztos azt csisztam. Észrevettek sajnos.
Not a peep from me.
Ja, de már egyet hadd szedjek le így. Officer's choice found the flaw in you. Robophobia. Authenticals now give you the willies, and when they're nearby, you're not as effective as you should be. De viszont kapok egy pörpointot, ha felveszem a robotfélelmet. Igen.
Na, ebéd, vacsora? Ja, valaki legélvenetetek mi? Mit csinálsz? Sanyi. Mi a neve? Látom, a Sanyi nem tetszik. Sanyi. Tudom. Nem tudom. Nem. Szoktam nézni, tehát új dolog.
Jó, akkor elkezdtem.
Sem csak meg ránéztem.
While rummaging through the back base, I discovered a very old Hammersmith crate that seemed to have been sealed for a very long time. A bit of elbow grease and determination pried it open, but I couldn't make heads or tails of my discovery. A prototype hammer. I didn't know Hammersmith actually made hammers, but I brought it to my lab for a closer look. How strangely it glows. The trail of its wick lingers even when my eyes are closed. I spent more time on the hammer. Its internal workings are state-of-the-art. Thermal, electrical, and chemical systems all working in harmony. How is this even possible? The weapon is a breakthrough in circuitry and engineering, and many of its systems appear rigged against tampering. There's a curious energy signature swirling about the weapon, though I have yet to identify the source. The earth is of copper, and I have lost several teeth. I have had the most sublime prismatic dream since I invited the hammer into my bedchamber. Never mind that for now. Good news first. The energy signature matches Blondio's elusive N-rays, raising the hammer's elemental properties for shock, plasma, corrosion, and radiation. Now for the bad. In my attempt to neuter the self-destruct functionality, I inadvertently caused a small fire. The hammer's manual controls may never function again. Swinging it seems to be the only way of cycling through its elemental modes. I must take greater care with future experiments. I've taken the liberty of locking myself in the workshop. My tinkering were all for naught. This is no prototype. I am simply too flawed to recognize its perfections. The hammer is a lesson, a symbol, It whispers to me that this order rules all things, but with a little ambition we can harness that power. Only by inflicting chaos upon others can we transmute disorder into harmony. And that is a lesson Hans is not ready to hear. Science weapons are unique weapons that have strange powerful effects. Science weapon damage and the strength of their effects both increase as your science skill is increased.
This is Halcyon News.